A performance appraisal, often called a performance review, is a structured meeting between a manager and an employee. During this meeting, the manager and employee discuss how the employee performed over a specific period of time. Performance appraisals are an important part of the performance management process. They allow managers to recognize accomplishments, identify areas for improvement, and provide employees with meaningful feedback about their work. In addition to guiding employee development, performance appraisals also create documentation that organizations can use when making important employment decisions such as promotions, salary adjustments, additional training opportunities, or corrective action when needed. Organizations use several different methods when evaluating employee performance. In fact, there are 4 commonly used approaches: behavioral methods, comparison methods, rating methods, and narrative methods. Each method provides a different way for managers to evaluate employee performance. Some focus on behaviors, others compare employees to one another, and some rely on rating scales or written descriptions of performance. In this video, we'll focus on the first method, behavioral performance appraisals. Behavioral appraisal methods evaluate employees based on the behaviors they demonstrate while performing their job. Instead of focusing only on outcomes or results, this approach examines how employees carry out their responsibilities on a day-to-day basis. Managers observe specific behaviors, such as communication, reliability, teamwork, or professionalism, and evaluate how consistently those behaviors support successful job performance. Because this method focuses on observable actions, it can help reduce subjectivity and improve consistency in performance evaluations. One of the most widely used behavioral appraisal tools is the behaviorally anchored rating scale, often referred to as BARS. The BARS method combines traditional numerical rating scales with clearly defined behavioral examples that describe different levels of performance. This approach allows managers to evaluate employees using specific job-related behaviors rather than relying only on general impressions. By anchoring each rating to a specific behavior, BARS helps create a more objective and consistent way to measure performance. To develop a BARS evaluation, organizations begin by analyzing the employee's job description to identify the most important tasks and responsibilities associated with the role. For each task, behavioral statements are created that describe how employees might perform that task at different levels of effectiveness. Each behavioral description is then connected to a numerical rating, typically on a scale such as 1 through 5. This creates a structured system that allows managers to evaluate performance using clearly defined standards. The BARS method is one of the most effective ways organizations evaluate employee behavior as it relates to job responsibilities. By combining numerical rating scales with clearly defined behavioral examples, this method helps managers evaluate performance more fairly and consistently. It also helps employees better understand what behaviors lead to strong performance, making expectations clearer and feedback more actionable.